This is one of the coolest new products we've seen. This is the Morpheus drop tune pedal. It is a polyphonic drop tune pitch drop pedal. Basically what that means is without having to retune your guitar, you can play in all the way down from E to A. So standard tuning, this will drop you down, this will take you down in half-step increments. So when we turn it on, you're going to go from standard A440 to a half step down. You notice the guitar is still in standard tuning. It's great because a lot of tunes over the years have been written half step, whole step, and now a lot of modern music's written down even further. And what happens is you get you know, no tension in your strings. You start to lose intonation as you go up the neck, and it's just a pain in the butt to retune, to play 5 or 6 different songs and having to play them all in separate tunings. Now with this, you can just toggle to whatever tuning you're on. From a half step, whole step, step and a half. We're still in tune all the way up the neck. And what the toggle function does, I'm not moving my hand at all. It's just turn whatever you've got your setting on for your tuning. You're going to be able to turn that on and off, so you could set it to kind of harmonize with what you're doing and get a cool effect. So here's this would basically be 2 whole steps down. So you mean spend some time with this thing, you can come up with some really cool effects. It'll bring you all the way down 3.5 steps, which is basically tuning your E down to an A. You don't have to lose the tension in your strings. And also another thing is you don't have to set your guitar up, and a lot of people don't even know how to perform a basic setup on a guitar, and especially when you're going down that far, you pretty much have to have railroad tracks for strings on your guitar to make it work in those tunings. And it also works for drop D. So I guess that would be like tuning our E all the way down to a G. So you get some pretty nasty heavy tunings. Now when it's off, the toggle becomes an up and you can go back the other way. The down function always works, whether the effect's on or off, the down is always going to work. But it has to be off for the up to work, otherwise you're just going to toggle the effect on and off with your foot. And the toggle switch has a lot more play in it than the other ones, so that you can you know, use it more of, it's not an on-off switch really, it's like a cutting it in and out kind of switch. Now when we get all the way down here, past 7, which is 3.5 steps down, you go to 12, which is a full octave lower than where we started. So here's standard tuning. Now here's standard E. Now here we go, down a whole octave. And then they go ahead and included an octaver, which the difference in an octave and an octaver, octave just drops you down a full octave. The octaver gives you your first octave, your standard tune octave, and 1 octave below, which is like a thing Jimi Hendrix used a lot. This thing's really easy to use. Input, output, comes with a power supply. You've got a trim level on the back, which you want to set this, it's different from guitar to guitar and amp to amp. You want to set this level before you play through your amp, and set your amp accordingly, and it's got some LEDs to show you how hot you're running there. let's go back to about 2 steps down. Here's or 1 step down. Standard tuning. And this will be down a whole step when I turn this on. And I'm not moving my hand at all. I'm going to keep it in one spot. So you can kind of hear it drop in half-step increments there. So anyway, simple to use. It's a great idea. If you like playing anything other than standard 440 tuning, I suggest you get one. It beats having, you know, having to have a room full of guitars with all different string gauges on it. So.